What's up, everyone? How's it going? Welcome to pre-week analysis today. Hope everyone is doing well. Let's just get started with this. Let me make sure that we are live. Alright, perfect. It seems that we're live. So let's just get straight into this pre-market analysis and get ourselves set up for the upcoming market session. Let's open up ES there. Alright, there we go. Let's get started now completely. Just want to make sure everything is alright with the stream, and it looks that it is. Alright. First step, let's go ahead and check out the news for the day. Let that load real quick. Alright, everything's working perfectly. Yeah. I just turned off my desktop audio so you don't hear all the bookmark notifications or whatever. Alright, so today we don't have much news, I believe. Tomorrow is FOMC, but today there's not really that much news. 9 a.m. we do have IV PMI. Ooh, we do have a Trump cabinet meeting, but that's all the way at 10. So I don't even think a 5-minute break is needed or interval is needed for this Canadian IVPMI. So we should be pretty clear for today. Yeah, nothing too significant. But let's get straight into the main analysis. So let's clear up our charts and start charting. Mm. Okay, what I'm seeing is that it looks like this key level we had started flipping, right? And it's likely going to be that this is the area where there's lots of volume. So I definitely want to see how price reacts around this relative range. And if you can break out above and show that buyer aggression, I would be more than happy to continue betting on the long side and try to target potentially that liquidity. It depends what is there on Bookmap, of course, but that's just quick rough draft from what I'm seeing. Additionally, if you break down, I'll take those shorts. But all depends on how we react here and how the spread of liquidity on Bookmap and all of those factors look like. Let's just continue, mark it out fully, set ourselves up. I don't even want to call it that. 2 hour, I know there is a 2 hour zone there, and this 2 hour did work out perfectly with price yesterday. And I'll make an assumption without looking at price, right? Where between this entire range from here to here, I bet you that most of the volume is going to be here within that 2 hour zone. And let's just confirm or deny that real quick, because why not? Yep, did you look at that? Alright, I'll just continue marking out though. Mm, mm, mm. I don't know if I want to mark that out as a sell-off zone. Won't be marking that out. This one's a good one though, but you did break below it. We'll mark out those high volume nodes, so 100%. This recent range, we see volume is at that 2 hour. Extend it backwards until that downwards move. A lot of volume here near the top, and a lot of volume here near the bottom. Now we already know lots of volume here, but we also have this volume node there. I don't know about how much resistance this will actually hold, but this one and this one, those are two big factors. What'd I do? I didn't do anything. Alright, let's continue to expand this to this range. Volume is still at that 2 hour. We do have stuff below, but I'm just focusing on the ones that are above, especially as we go back to the all-time high area, and we do still see that price is revolving around that lower 2 hour area. Maybe hinting that price may want to go down, but we're not going to make any assumptions and not going to put ourselves in a restricted bias as well. We just want to see how price reacts, see how bookmap is reacting. Like, for example, if we open market, see absorption around this area, or more specifically this area, see absorption, and start dropping down where there is a key target towards the bottom, key indication that this might be a bearish day. On the other hand, if you break through this level, barriers start forming, liquidity starts flipping, it's likely it's going to be a bullish day. So market open is going to be very important in that overall assumption and creating that overall sentiment within ourselves as to what we may want to actually trade. But yeah, that's essentially my analysis for ES. What I do want to do on top of that though is check on 30-minute, see if there's anything there. And what I am seeing, there's 30-minute zone here, which is quite bullish as well. And there's that 30-minute. I don't want to get caught up in too much fluff with all the action. It's looking to see what we may be able to catch. Because I feel like if we break above this area right here, it should not be tremendously difficult to continue rising. On the other hand, if we break below here, we do have certain barriers, but it should be easy to head towards lower liquidity and this overall 2 hour, because that's where majority of the volume is. So just waiting to see that, and we'll go on the 1 hour and do some volume analysis on footprint as well. See if there's absorption here. And as we noticed, not much volume here at all. The volume is typically distributed around this area as highest point. That leads me to believe that if you push above these highs itself, we can continue up. I want to see what's going on around here. As you see, there is volume here. Let's go on 30-minute to get more specific data. I'm specifically looking around this, oh, this area right here. This is, am I tripping or something? Nah, there we go. Yeah, and you do see absorption at that area. So more than this level, what I would prefer more is marking out this level over here and this overall area per se. Because that is where absorption is. Although I'm not going to mark a zone, I can almost bet you that there's going to be liquidity at the area sitting on bookmap, or there may be passive sell orders. So this level is going to stay valid. See if there's any other levels that may be valid. Not seeing anything there. I hope you guys are seeing the right monitor. Yeah, you are. Okay, perfect. But nothing there as well. And then here's the top, so it's gonna have to be marked. And here we see a lot of volume and likely seller absorption as well, because we saw aggressive selling come in with high volume, unable to break through, and then we clearly see a sentiment shift as all this red aggression and advantage drifts into more buyer aggression and buyer advantage and occurrence. Let's just go on to 5-minute. We just validated this zone as a key level. Oh, we forgot to do the 30-minute right next to it. So let's just do that and move on to NQ really quick. And we do see volume down at this area, but it's very low impact. As you can see, it's only 3K volume. This up here was 170, 127K volume and actual significant volume. So this is likely going to be a very key level from what we are seeing. And because of that, I likely think that this 30-minute might not even hold. We might start seeing absorption with the passive liquidity that we're seeing here on Bookmap. And with that, we might just start falling down. And that's what I'm going to think would happen. We're going to be open to however the market may present and ride with the curve. Break above, potential longs. Break below, potential shorts. Depends on spread of liquidity on Bookmap as the market proceeds through its time frame. But now let's go ahead and quickly chart out NQ to see if there's anything we can notice there as well, and use it for additional confluences, perhaps when we're entering a trade. As you see, we on the higher time frame we broke below this 4 hour, but we never broke below it, and that does kind of show us that we might still be in a buyer aggression movement, but it's hard to tell when we're on such a high time frame and when there's lots of volume, especially around this area. Market will open in around 1 minute, 1 minute 10 seconds. Not gonna mark too far down. I do want to see market open. Same level. Market open in 30 seconds. 2 hour not seeing much. Potentially this could be counted as lower liquidity. 1 hour. We have that area as well. And also this area. We have this wick area that corresponds 10 seconds until market open. We do have that 30-minute. And market is officially open. So let's just visualize the book map real quick and see what's going on. We'll come back to NQ charting really quickly. Just let me see how market open is reacting. What kind of song is this? Looks like that sell-off is coming, but what I'm seeing here is that buyers are also struggling to break through. As you can see, large spike of buyers did try coming in, unable to break through. But then again, it's market open. We just have to see what happens on our perspective. We do have this 30-minute here, and likely liquidity there as well. 30-minute, and we did sweep the solar liquidity. We made the spike up. Now you have to see where we break. Looks like sell-off is coming, but we are maintaining overall higher highs, higher lows, I mean. Nothing too serious, but now we're starting to get that breakdown towards the downside like we expected, or like we preferred. Yeah, there's a downside move. Alright, well, I think that's it for this pre-market analysis, right? We've conducted pre-market analysis. Now our job is to just watch and see if there's any setups. So that's all I have here for today. And I guess I'll see you guys post-market session for market analysis and trade recap episode. So I guess I'll see you guys then and have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.